So most American adults know what Saturday Night Live is, but not many of them know how the sketches that they're famous for get created. So my name is Ethan Newton, and I'm going to tell you exactly how that works. How a sketch gets created from inception to air. And with that, I will be talking about the grueling schedule that SNL has had in place since its inception in 1975, and I have divided that schedule into three main phases: the brainstorming phase, the writing phase, and the perfecting phase. So, the brainstorming phase begins Monday morning at around 9 a.m. All of the cast members and all of the writers go to Lorne Michaels' office, who is the creator of SNL, the showrunner. They all go to his office. As you can see here, this is when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson hosted in 2015, and there's Lorne Michaels right there, and here's all the writers, and here's just my favorite head writers from when I was growing up in middle school. So they all come here, and they have a free pitch form session, meaning that they just come up with ideas that they want to have for this week's episode. Up to 100 sketches will be come up with during this time, and people will kind of decide what they think is the best, and then Lorne and the head writer and the host for whatever that week is, in this case Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they will choose 30 to 40 of their favorite sketches. So this is kind of a competitive time because the cast members are trying to pitch ideas to where they can get more airtime so that they can be on TV more. After this is over, whatever the 30 to 40 sketches are, they keep being brainstormed by the people who pitched them until about Tuesday night at 8 p.m. This is when the second phase begins, the writing phase. From this time, well, really this has been the exact same way since 1975. Nothing has changed except for now there's a lot less cocaine and other drugs. But really it operates in the same way. All of the writers will stay up until the next day, either 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. if they're lucky, coming up with these sketches. Those 40 ideas that they came up with, they must have a rough draft made by the next meeting, which takes place on Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon around like 2 p.m. This is when the perfecting phase begins. Hopefully all 40 of those rough drafts have been finished, and everyone, the writers, the producers, everybody meets in not Lorne Michaels, but just in the writing room, and they sit at a round table, and all 40 of those rough draft sketches will be read through. Pizza will be brought in, other types of food. People will be there for 5 hours, a long time, to read through all of the sketches and see which ones are the funniest and which ones work. After this happens, Lorne, the host, and the head writers will leave into another room, and they will come up with what they think the episode will look like based off of how funny and what kind of reactions those sketches got. After that happens, they start rehearsing these sketches. Every sketch that will just not be live, but will be kind of recorded before, will be done on that Thursday so they can be edited before Saturday. And all the cue cards will begin being created. Everyone will just be rehearsing constantly during this time, and they will actually have a dress rehearsal 2 hours before the show airs. So at 8 p.m. they will officially have a dress rehearsal, and they will just see how well the show goes. But the craziest thing is that anything can change right before you go up there, and that's why these cue cards are so important. You can remember a line one way, but the writers might think, oh, the audience didn't like that during the dress rehearsal, so they'll change it a little bit, and when you get up there to perform it live, the line will be totally different. So they have a whole team of cue cards around every single cast member as they perform to make sure that everything runs smoothly. After that is over and the live show is done, that means the SNL is done. They have a large after party, which is famously known for having lots of celebrities come, and then it's done, and then they all start the process over again the next following Monday. And I hope you enjoyed this presentation and learned about the three phases of brainstorming, writing, and perfecting for SNL. Thank you. Any questions? I guess I'll give it back to y'all. I don't know.
What phase is probably the hardest?
I would say the brainstorming phase is the hardest because really everything has to be relevant to, and it has to be funny, and it's kind of competitive because everyone is kind of fighting for airtime. I know that back in the Adam Sandler days, which I believe the picture is from right here. Yeah, the Adam Sandler days, it was a very mean time, and people would kind of hate each other after that was over, and they would actually purposely try not to laugh at other people's sketches that they came up with so that theirs would not get picked over theirs. Any other questions?
Did they ever rewrite the sketches, like from when they originally picked them to when they were in this phase?
Yeah, they're. You're talking about the brainstorming phase.
Yeah.
So at the brainstorming phase, none of these sketches have been written at all. It's just kind of like, what if like Sarah Palin started dating a homeless man? Like that's just like an idea, and they're like, okay, put it on the board, and then they'll get like 100, and then narrow it down to 40. Nothing gets written at all until that Tuesday, the next Tuesday at 8 p.m. This is at like Monday 9 p.m. So it's like totally like 36 hours after. Any other questions? All right.